Now, another player on the move today is Kieran Tierney. He left Arsenal at the end of the season, and this afternoon he's rejoined Celtic on a 5-year deal. Let's go live to Adam Binney, who's at Celtic Park for us. Adam, look, Tierney returns to a club where he's loved by the fans, isn't he? Is this a great deal for the club to get him on a free as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anyone will argue with the fact if Kieran Tierney can keep himself fit, then he immediately becomes one of the best players in Scotland. As you say, he's loved by the supporters here. The 28-year-old has signed a 5-year contract, keeping him at Celtic in 2000 until 2030. He was last here, 6 years ago, before joining Arsenal. Came through the academy at Celtic as well. A boyhood Celtic fan, came right the way through the club's youth ranks, made his debut in 2015, then went on to make 170 first-team appearances for Celtic before making that move to Arsenal in 2019. So as I say, yeah, the fans absolutely adore him. Manager Brendan Rodgers adores him as well. He worked with him during his first spell as Celtic manager. Kieran Tierney in that time actually picked up 10 trophies during his first spell as a Celtic player. Many of those were, of course, under current boss Brendan Rodgers. So Tierney, as you would imagine, is delighted to be back at Celtic. So we can take a little look to see what he's told the club website in relation to that. Just now, making reference there at the top, everyone's knowing for a few months, and just to be here with the Celtic strip on again just feels amazing. Of course, making reference to the fact we've known this was going to happen for quite some time, but eventually we've had that confirmation today that he will be a Celtic player. Also speaking there about his relationship with Brendan Rodgers and how that was part of the reason that he decided to come back to Celtic. So yeah, as you can imagine, manager Brendan Rodgers is happy, Kieran Tierney's happy, and all the Celtic fans, I'm sure, will be delighted that he's back at his club.
I'm sure they will, but of course he has struggled, hasn't he, with his injuries over the last few seasons. Do you think that's going to be a concern for Celtic at all?
Yeah, he has had some big injury concerns right the way throughout his career, not just recently. I think perhaps one of the biggest was at the Euros last summer. He sustained a really tough hamstring injury in that second group match for Scotland against Switzerland. That kept him out of pretty much the majority of last season, only returning to first-team football for Arsenal in the January. But what Celtic fans will be pleased about is the fact that he has been fit for quite some time now. He played 13 Premier League matches towards the end of the season, albeit a lot of those were off the bench, and he got that farewell goal as well against Southampton in his last ever match in an Arsenal shirt. So it will be a concern, but Celtic have put their trust in him. They've awarded him with a 5-year contract. They're certainly hoping he's going to be fit. I'm sure Tierney will be the same, and if he does stay fit, as I mentioned, he will certainly be one of the best players in this country.
I'm sure he will. Thank you very much indeed, Adam.